you the peanut gallery.
I cannot with your face. When do you get used to it? Never?
Never. You wake up to that. Good morning. Hi friends, welcome to Happy Adorning. This week we are switching it up a little bit to highlight my good friend Marlaine, who is a super talented makeup artist. And so today I'm hoping we can learn a little bit about how to do just like a quick, easy makeup face that is good for just daily wear or whatever it may be that you're doing. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We're gonna do just a fresh, easy, simple, relatively quick look, and I'll show you a couple of options if you wanna bump it up a little bit.
And I think we're also gonna show you some of our favorite products because
yes,
if you have sensitive skin, it's really hard to find stuff sometimes, and you have definitely helped me out with that, and because I don't break out anymore from makeup, which is awesome.
So we're starting with clean, moisturized skin. And the first thing we're gonna do is put on just kind of, she's got really pretty even skin, so we're gonna do kind of a lighter coverage tinted moisturizer. It's Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer. So I've been trying to learn how to use a palette, but I continuously use my hand, so I'm just gonna go with that anyway.
Whatever. It's there, it's attached.
You also may have seen these guys around, because they're all the rage. Pretty dense sponge that you need to get wet, all the way soaking wet, squeeze it out. So I'm just gonna kind of dot and blot it all over the place. Sometimes you don't need to put foundation or skin makeup everywhere. Sometimes you just kind of need to put it where you want to even out any redness. I like to do a foundation or tinted moisturizer before concealer, because you go ahead and see like everything that this covers, and then whatever's left, then you just use a little bit of concealer on top of that. So we've got a sheer layer all over her face, and then I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of this RMS concealer, which is a totally pure natural ingredient makeup line, which is good for Liz. I'm gonna use a little flat concealer brush. Just tap it on a couple of these little friends.
Oh,
which we all have.
Little visitors.
Mm-hmm. And then use this guy again to just kind of blend it all in. And then let's do a little bit under the eyeballs so it looks like you got some sleep. Little concealer. Just where the skin is a little bit thinner, and if there's a little blue or a little darkness, you use kind of like a warm peachy tone concealer under there, because that cancels out blue. If you go too yellow or too light, that's when it looks ashy and white and worse than before you started.
Good to know.
Yeah. Now we're gonna use another of the same line. It's 100% pure, a little bit of powder. I'm really sparing with powder just because we all kind of like that glowy, natural skin that looks like skin look. So I usually just kind of put a little bit like next to the nose, here where it gets shiny, or sometimes right on the tip, through the center of the face. But I like to leave this part naked because it looks glowy and pretty. And now I'm gonna move to the next, my favorite part, which is eyebrows. The Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, which is a pretty great basic. And I'm doing kind of a taupe. It almost looks gray, but you don't need to do the exact dark brown of your brow hair. You actually wanna go a little bit lighter and pretty cool toned, because you're just kind of filling in the in-between.
Which is something so strange about brows, how they don't grow evenly and you get patches.
You do. So you just do kind of little short brush strokes like this at the front with these little sprouts and keep going through. Same thing on the other side. Sprout, 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 to just establish where your shape is gonna be if you want to. I like to extend a little bit at the tip. I'm not super into a ton of eyeshadow during the day, mostly due to extreme laziness, but you can make it look like you got some stuff going on even with pretty minimal effort. So I'm gonna use, again, some 100% pure concealer just as an eyeshadow base. You can go get an actual base made for this purpose, or you can use what you have, like concealer or even a little foundation, but just pretty sheer. Close. You don't need a lot here. pretty soft from lash all the way up to brow, really sheer. And then I'm really just gonna take one medium brown and put it all over her lid and up into the crease, and that's it. So we're using a Tarte palette with some pretty good neutrals in it, and I'm gonna go with this just warm medium brown. So I just start at the lid, right next to the lash, kind of get it right all over the lid here, and then up into the crease. This is the crease, this is the orbital bone. That looks nice when we kind of contour in here. And that and some mascara, my friends, is my everyday. You're noticing a pattern with this line for Liz, which is great. It's just really all natural, 100% pure. She had a lot of allergies before, and this is like, there's nothing to be allergic to unless you're allergic to fruit. You can curl your lashes if you want to before this step, but I've found that just kind of working with this wand and kind of pushing up does the trick. So I'm gonna let that dry before I have her look up to do the bottom. And then I just switch this from this way to this way and go back and forth on the bottom, guys. We're not doing any liner underneath, so the lashes themselves are just defining her eye. So I think what we'll do now is just a little bit of, I like to do lips before cheek. I like to put a little bit of color on and then see how much blush you need after that, if it makes sense, just to warm up the whole thing and tie it together. One of my favorite lipstick lines called Kosas Cosmetics, also primarily natural ingredients, super light, easy wear, and all of the colors are really, really flattering for day to day.
And I am not a lipstick wearer, I never have been, and with this line, I love it. I actually wear it, and it keeps my lips moisturized, which is my biggest complaint with lipsticks.
So this color is Undone. I'm actually wearing it myself. It's one of her favorite everydays too. It's just a little bit of color without, again, without being too schmancy. I'll put it on directly.
That's another thing I love about this line. It smells good.
Yeah, it does. Press that together. Beautiful.
And that was like the precision lip. Really with this stuff, you can just...
We're lip twins now. Oh. So our last step will be just to add a little color here. I like to put blush kind of right on the apple of the cheeks. Smile, Liz. Just this part, this little triangle of joy right here.
Triangle of joy.
And youth and beauty. So we're gonna use a little fluffy brush. Back to the Tarte Cosmetics palette. I like colors for cheeks for natural everyday that look pretty bright because it mimics really just a natural flush, like blood coming to your face. But you have to be careful sometimes just to use a little bit if it's a bright, pretty pigmented color. So just really soft little circles on the cheek. And you can add more if needed, but I think this is a very youthful glow. And this, I would say, is a really clean, fresh, and pretty and easy,
Super easy.
day-to-day look.
I also have a really hard time doing anything to my hair. Something that I've really come to love are these, what is the product called? I forget.
It's by R & Co. It's called Jackpot. It's a styling cream. Just put it through the ends first. It also smells amazing.
It smells so good.
And then she's got a little bit of dry, like static happening, so I just touch a little bit over the top. And this way it looks like you kind of have polished hair even though you haven't done much. Gorgeous.
Sweet. Yay! So easy.
In all honesty, on myself day to day, I use like the same 4 things all the time.
Yeah. And I know that one thing that I didn't know before when I was like really back in the day using makeup was how long you're supposed to sort of replenish things. Like,
Yeah.
what is that? What's
It
that
depends on the product. Something creamy like concealer, and especially with these natural products, it's great that they're natural, but they usually keep out preservatives because they're not great for us. So you kind of have to stay on top of these creamy products. If it starts to smell a little funky, just get rid of it, get a new one.
And then mascaras, they say like what, every 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, every 3 months, because again, it's creamy and it has the opportunity to get bacteria in it. So just use it and throw it away when it's done.
Thank you so much for coming and
Thank
helping.
you for having me. This was really fun.
And for social media purposes, where are you?
My website is www.mjrmakeup.com, and my Instagram is at MJR_makeup. Don't forget the underscore. We'll be taken somewhere.
And it's fun because she posts lots of stuff, like the jobs you're on, so you get to see all the fun looks.
Yeah, shoots and lots of fun stuff like that, and tips like today.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks, guys. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye.
Bye.